Everyman Carpentry. What is this channel about? What is the things that I'm presenting and talking here about? What's the whole point of all of it? That's kind of what I hope to explain with this video. Carpentry is an old skill. It's a skill that it's a craft that people have been practicing for years. There's skills in it that people can learn. People have been doing carpentry since probably the beginning of time. Our early hominid ancestors were picking up sticks and sharpening them. That was some kind of carpentry. Anytime you're working with wood to make something else that isn't that wood, original shape, or turn it into another shape, or create something beautiful out of it, useful out of it, that's carpentry. Carpentry has other names. People will go by the title woodworker, woodwright, cabinet maker, furniture maker, and these are all also carpentry. So I use the term carpentry because I think of it as carpentry is a broad skill, and we're going to talk about broad stuff. So one thing that I hope to be able to present to you is how to create something out of wood, how to take something. So my goal is really to be able to present something to someone who doesn't know much, knows very little, and how can they create something that's useful to them. How can a person take something very simple, maybe if you only have a circular saw and a tape measure and maybe a speed square or a carpenter's square, how can you create something useful to you that gives you joy or pleasure from it? So I have fairly basic tools. I have some that are a little more advanced, but mostly I'll be talking about fairly basic tools. You don't have to be rich in order to do carpentry. In fact, you can work with very simple stuff to do carpentry. So we're going to be doing stuff aimed at people who don't have a whole lot of tools to begin with, maybe. What are the skills that you need in order to be safe? How do you not harm yourself? And how do you be accurate and produce something of usefulness or beauty to you? So that'll be part of my goals. So for anybody that wants to work on woodworking, here's something you can work with. Another goal that comes with this is I believe that anytime a person has a skill that they're working on, they are creating mastery. So skill mastery is self-mastery. And you'll hear me say that over and over again. Anytime I've had a skill that I've worked on, I've had to get control of myself to do it. I've had to master myself in a certain way, and I mean that literally. How do I use my body to become more accurate when I'm doing carpentry? With other things I've done, like training martial arts, every time I've had to use my body to be better at the martial art, I've had to master myself in a certain way. So part of this vehicle is so that someone can take what we're doing here and use it in a way to master a skill, and getting mastery over that skill, they get mastery over themselves, and I'm a firm believer in that. So that is the other part of this. This is one of the other parts. And in the last part, this is my hope and this is my goal through working with all of this, is one, I have some skills. I want to present them to people in a way that they can use them and be of value to them. And my hope is to become free from having to work for other people in their houses or having to do things for other people for money. And then instead, my showing and teaching can improve my life. So if I get into stuff like Tom, how did you get into doing YouTube videos? How did you become successful at it? I'll talk about that. How did you set things up so that you went from being a workaday person to a person that's teaching things? And you'll come with me on that ride. So we'll see how that goes. This is the very beginning. But remember, this is, if you're taking nothing else away from this, I want to say that carpentry is obtainable to anyone who has the time and the desire to create, period. Anytime you master a skill, you also master yourself, and that it doesn't have to be some elite thing, that it's available to everyone, and that we're in this together. So if you like my content, feel free to donate to my Patreon. Anytime that my Patreon donations outstrip my Google ad review money, I will turn off the ads for the next month. So until we're free from, until Patreon pays more than Google, you guys are stuck with the ads, same as me, but they're there as a necessary evil. My goal is to be able to present to you some stuff that you can work with and improve yourself and improve what you do and have something useful at the end of it. I welcome feedback, I welcome comments to the best of my ability. I'll answer them if people make requests. I will do my best to work on them, but same as everyone else, I got a day job. This is almost like a hobby, but also like, I don't know, it's a project that I'm working on too. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you look forward to getting into this as much as I do. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.